Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for always choosing to watch my videos. If you're new here, my name is Betty and a warm welcome to you. Um on today's video, guys, I don't even know where to start because I'm about to share a, my life story. I'm about to share my miscarriage story. And this video is about miscarriage or losing a baby. Oh, guys, first of all, I want to say I saw something on social media, or I saw something that has been trending about our two beautiful ladies that lost their pregnancies. And I want to say that it is, first of all, I want to say hugs to them. And guys, I look like I don't know what I'm trying to say because it's something that happened to me. I lost my baby. That is years ago. It's not recent. It's just something years ago. I lost my pregnancy, and I want to share with you what exactly happened. And the reason why I'm saying this video is going to be educative is because I saw something, I saw some comments out there, and I can call them ignorance because some people are like, some of those negative comments are like, oh, you ladies, you share your pregnancy on social media. That is why you miscarriage, because you share your pregnancies. Let me tell you, when somebody shares their pregnancy, they don't share it because they want to show off, or they want to show that and actually one of the comments were like, oh, you ladies, you share your pregnancy online, it's like you're gonna give birth to baby Jesus or what, and it really pains me, and it pained me to read all those negative comments, and I'm like, what? People, like, seriously, why would you tell somebody they had a miscarriage because they shared their pregnancy? Like, you wanted that person to hide and be like, surprise, I have a baby. Like, for me, I'm a YouTuber. If I hide my pregnancy, like from now I'm pregnant to 9 months, I have a baby, and then show a boof, oh, surprise, Betty is the YouTube family, now I have a baby, and you guys, I have never shared anything about I am pregnant. It's gonna feel some type of way. So it's always important to take somebody, like, to it's very important to feel, have some humanity in you before you throw out a comment out there. Before you type a comment, just think about that person, just think about, and especially some these things about loss, and somebody has lost, somebody is mourning, somebody is crying, and you're out there typing a very negative comment. What is that supposed to be? I mean, like, if me, Betty, I come up here and I give you my story and I say I had a miscarriage, and then you go ahead and type, oh, it's because you did this and this. Why are you saying that? You are not God. You don't know. And let me tell you guys, what happened is, for me, when I lost my pregnancy, I asked the doctor so many questions, and the doctor said, you cannot stop a miscarriage. If you are to miscarriage, you will miscarriage. If something, I don't know if it's the egg which doesn't attach good, or the baby is not developing the way it's supposed to be in there, and that's what causes miscarriage. And there's nothing the doctor can do about it. And posting on social media that you're pregnant does not cause miscarriage. And sharing with the people that you are pregnant and sharing your baby shower does not cause a miscarriage, guys. It's like one time somebody said to me, oh, Betty, stop posting a picture of your baby, because when you post pictures of your kids, there will be there will be watarogwa, like somebody is gonna do some witchcraft on my kids because I posted them on Facebook, and then something bad will happen to them. And I said in Jesus' name, no, I refuse. I will post them because they are my joy, because they are my life, and that's me. Whoever want to believe that when you post something like that, people will do something about it, or people will jinx your pregnancy, or people will jinx your baby, or people will do, it's just all in the mind. And let me tell you guys, it's not good to throw stones on people when they are mourning, when they are going through pain. Who are you to judge? So let me share my story before I get, because guys, I don't even, right now it's almost what time is it? It's 11 p.m. here. So you can tell I'm tired from my face, but I just wanted to share this video because some people believe that miscarriage stories should not be told. And one negative thing that was ever said when I had a miscarriage is somebody said that, oh, she had a miscarriage or she aborted. Can you imagine, guys? When somebody says you had an abortion and you know yourself that you miscarried, and it is so painful for anybody to say, oh, she miscarried. I mean, she aborted. For me, when it was said that, it up to now, it still hurts my feelings so bad, because I always say, you know what? Why would anybody say she had an abortion? For what? And my age, when I miscarried, I was over 35 years. Can you imagine a grown woman like me? I know some people have abortions, but do not tell somebody they had an abortion if you don't have evidence that they had an abortion. And the reason I'm saying that is I just wanna share with you the painful things, the negative words that are like swords. They come and pierce you in your heart. And those words, when they are said, you can never, you feel so bad, they hurt you. Already you are hurting that you have lost your baby, and then this negative. Anyway, guys, I just want to tell people that when somebody shares their loss, or somebody shares that they are going through something, it is not good to throw in some negative judgments and comments and tell those people off. Oh, it's because you did this, it's because you did this, it's because you did this. What? Anyway, for me, I personally asked the doctor, what did I do wrong? For me, I was blaming myself because I was beating myself up because I thought, oh, I have not started my appointments or clinics. I had not started seeing a doctor, because what happened is I figured I'm pregnant, and I was taking time to apply for insurance because I didn't have insurance, US and insurance. And I was taking my time, and yes, of course, I went ahead and I applied for insurance, and it had not kicked in yet. So I was taking my time until I was waiting to receive that insurance card. Anyway, I was not in a hurry. And also, this thing of, I'm a second time mom, so I'm not worried, I'll be okay. I wasn't in a hurry to go see the doctor. So I lost that pregnancy, and I can't even tell you how old the pregnancy was. For me, it was a very bad experience because, guys, let me tell you what, and it's here in the US. I still remember that hospital, and I'm like, woo, I can't believe I went to that. I can't believe that happened to me. So this is what happened. I figured I'm pregnant. I found out. And then, as I told you, I was still in the process of applying for insurance. Thank God I had applied already. And then what happened is, after some weeks of, when I applied for insurance, after a couple of weeks, I started spotting, like just some spots. And I read online and I see some people saying, oh, it's normal to spot when you're pregnant. Others say it's not normal. So I kind of joined this pregnancy page online, and I could see people talking about miscarriage. And I didn't even want to read those stories because I was getting very scared, So anyway, what happened is I started spotting, and I went to the doctor, and, I went to ER, emergency room here. And guess what, guys? Because that time it wasn't like spotting like that serious. It was just so I went to ER and I told them, I said, I am pregnant. I don't know how many weeks, how far I am, but I'm spotting. And so ERs, sometimes some of these ERs, they can keep you for up to 8 hours, or I don't know how many hours they can. I think that day they kept me for so many hours. Anyway, I saw the doctor, and I went in after so many hours of waiting at the ER. And if you're in the US, you can relate. You know what I'm talking about. Sometimes in the ER, at the ER, you can wait forever. So anyway, I went to see the doctor. I went to the room, and they did to check the heartbeat, and yeah, they found the heartbeat. The baby was still, and the nurse was like, I still remember up to now, the nurse was like, oh, thank God, she's still in there. And I was like, how did she know it's a she? But I went with the story. I was so excited. I was like, oh, is she? Oh, I was, she was like, oh, the heartbeat is like, I think she said 150 something beats per minute or whatever. I can't even remember what she said. But anyway, so I was excited. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so happy that that the heartbeat is still there, so everything is okay. And then I called my partner and I was like, oh my goodness, I am so happy because it's a false alarm. It's not a miscarriage and everything is okay. They found the heartbeat and everything. So anyway, I went to the bathroom. While I'm still there, I went to the bathroom, and guess what? I was still spotting some more and more and more and more. And I came back to the room and I told the nurse and I said, oh, I am still heavily spotting more than even when I was coming in. Anyway, guys, and I told you this is gonna be sensitive. So this is so personal. It's something happened to me. So anyway, I went to what happened is they did the ultrasound. And they were like, the nurse that did the ultrasound was like, oh, go back and the doctor will give you the results. So I went back in and the doctor was like, oh, I'm so sorry, it's a fetal demise. It took a while. And I said, I thought we heard the heartbeat. What happened? That was barely an hour ago. And the doctor was like, I'm sorry, maybe the fetus died between the time you were doing the ultrasound and blah 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 blah. I was like, whoa. Hey, I sat down and I was like kind of frozen. I froze. I was like, what? He said, oh, I'm so sorry, if there's anything I can do, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, what do I do now? If if it's fetal demise, what do I do? And the doctor was like, just go home, you will bleed it out. Guys, whoa, my goodness. So that's what the doctor said, you will bleed it out. And I was like, oh, wow. For me, I'm a woman of faith. So I was like, you know what? You guys are wrong. You guys don't even know what you're talking about. And I went home. I was like, I know you guys are crazy. So let me go home because there's nothing like that. You guys are just telling me stories and you guys are wrong. I won't believe in those ultrasounds. I won't believe in your stories. I will go home and by tomorrow I will have stopped bleeding. Anyway, guys, I went home 2 days, 3 days. It was on a Friday. Was it on a Friday? I can't remember. It's years ago. So I went home and after like 2 days, remember they told me that fetal demise. So that means the baby was still in there, but anyway, my baby was sleeping in there, but I had faith that the doctor is crazy. Anyway, so I went home and after 2 days, guess what, guys? I went to work as usual. I was okay. I was not feeling any pain. I was okay. I didn't even have cramps or anything. So anyway, I went to work. And let me tell you guys, as I was working, and I was the only person at work. And oh my goodness, guys, it was overnight shift. I think around maybe midnight or 11. Woo! I was just walking around there at work doing my rounds. And guess what? I just felt something that came out like boom. Oh my goodness. Flood. Have you ever seen so much blood? You're like, what the hell is going on? Because in my head, I was still okay. So I called my friend really quick and I said, oh my goodness, something just happened. And I explained what happened. And I said, there's so much blood. I don't know what to do. I couldn't control it. I couldn't help it. And my friend was like, go to the bathroom, do something. And I tried my best and I was like trying to hold it. Oh my goodness, everything was just going crazy. I tried to call my boss and nobody was answering. Remember, it's almost midnight. I tried. After like 40 minutes, almost an hour, they answered. One of the bosses answered. And that is not even the supervisor or the manager or whatever. I just called random. I picked the number for whoever boss will come. And this lady, she came barefoot. She literally ran. She came, she drove like crazy with no shoes. She was like, what? Because I told her on the phone, I said, I'm having a miscarriage. I am bleeding so much. Please, please, please come. I was crying. I was screaming. I had locked up myself in the office. So she said, stay in the office. Don't, like blah, blah, blah. She came so fast. I'll be there in like 5 minutes. And she drove so fast. She came to relieve me because she wanted me to go to the hospital. So anyway, she came and, barefoot. She didn't even have shoes on. I don't know. She just, as soon as I told her that, she jumped in the car and she came. So she told me, she said, I have lost 5 pregnancies. So that is why I have jumped, because I know what miscarriage is. Let me tell you guys, I called my partner and I was like, please bring me clothes, bring me pants, bring me pants, bring me anything you can find, bring me a towel, bring me everything to block. I was trying to block, and this boss, she really tried to help me with anything we could find to block the blood, but it was still coming. Anyway, I covered myself with towels, I covered myself with whatever, and I jumped in the car and my partner took me to the hospital. We went to the hospital, to the ER. Oh my goodness, guys, the same story. So I told them I'm having a miscarriage, I'm bleeding so much. And they told me, we want to observe you for an hour. See if you're gonna soak 5 parts in, and I'm sorry guys, if you're watching this and you don't watch this with your children. Don't freak out. So anyway, they told me to wait until I have to soak like 5 pads in an hour and something like that. And I was like, what are these people talking about? They kept me for so long at ER. I was bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. I soaked my clothes. I went in there. I told them, oh my goodness, I'm still bleeding. Everything is soaked. They gave me a gown, a hospital gown. I changed to the hospital gown. Everything was getting soaked. They gave me pads and everything. And at one point, because they kept me for over 2 hours there. And it was just blood. Anyway, I went to, to the lady and I said, you know what? I'm gonna scream. If you guys keep me for 1 more minute here, I am gonna scream. I don't know if they were too busy that day, but ER, I had a very bad experience. Anyway, they called me at the back, to the doctor's room, and I went in there, and still they kept me for another hour. Remember, all this time I'm still bleeding. And one of the nurses said, oh, you don't know the kind of pads you're supposed to wear when you're having a miscarriage? And I said, how do I know? I've never had a miscarriage before. And this is where you start thinking about, is it racism? Is it because I don't have this? Is it because of what? I was so mad. So, and you know how cold ERs can be. I kept losing blood. Anyway, the doctor came and saw me and said, oh, you have really lost so much blood, so we believe the whole miscarriage has taken place, so we're gonna discharge you. So after like keeping me for forever, they were like, oh, we're gonna discharge you. I was like, I have lost so much blood. They said it's still fine. We did the blood, they did the blood work to check the blood count or something, and they were like, oh, you're still fine, you still have enough blood and things like that. But I was feeling weird, because I've lost so much. I was feeling weird, and at one point, the doctor was like, now you are discharged, and you go home, continue losing blood, and let nature take its course. What do I say? Let everything happen, keep bleeding out, and you'll be fine. They were not gonna give me anything. They were not even, I don't know if they were sorry or they didn't care or whatever, but they were like, okay, you'll be fine, we'll let you go, without even a single piriton. Anyway, I sat there with my partner, was right there with me, and I was waiting in the bed. And I said to my partner, I said, you know what, I need to go to the bathroom. And he said, oh, okay, you can go to the bathroom. So I kind of felt really dizzy. I felt something like I'm going all crazy. I felt dizzy. I was like, woo, my head is going round. So I told my partner, I said, oh, I feel weird. I felt like I'm going to another world. I was like, what is going on? I was like, and I said, let me go to the restroom. So anyway, I sat on the edge of the bed, and I can't tell you what happened, but he tells me that I passed out right away. I stood up and boom, I was on the floor. The next minute, I realized, remember guys, I sat on the edge of the bed. Oh, is my video? Oh, it's still recording. I sat on the edge of the bed, and the next minute is, I don't know what happened from there, but the next minute, what I remember is I saw like 5 nurses and a doctor like surrounding me. I was surrounded by so many people. Remember, I'm waiting for the discharge summary. They have already discharged me, and now I'm going to the bathroom so that I can come and go home. Let me tell you, the next minute I remember all these people were surrounding me, and they were like, are you okay? Are you okay? I was like, what is happening here? I passed out. Blood. I had lost so much blood. Anyway, they laid me down, and they were like, you cannot move. They started running up and down, checking my blood. And they were like, oh, you have lost so much blood. We need to do, give you more blood or blood transfusion, whatever. I have lost, my English has disappeared. It's almost midnight. So they need to give me more blood and blah, 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 water, blood, whatever they could add for me to function again, because apparently I have lost so much blood. Now they have just figured out after so many hours. That is why I'm telling you I had a bad experience. Anyway, so they came back and they were like, okay, blood, blah, blah, blah. I was just laying there thinking, hey, if I was still at home, I could have died. Imagine, guys, if I lost so much blood at home, and these people was like seriously sending me home, and now here they are, blood here and there. So what happened next is they did everything there. I'm trying to save some words because I don't want to say everything like whatever in details. So anyway, to cut the story short is in the end they had to do a DNC. You can look it up to see what DNC is, and that's what stopped the blood, because I kept bleeding, and they had to do a DNC. And guys, let me tell you, I almost died from that. So don't mess around with miscarriage. Miscarriages can be something, and this is not to scare anybody. If you're watching this and you're pregnant, please do not be scared. You're not gonna miscarry because of this. You're fine. And this is just to tell you that if you are experiencing spotting and you're pregnant, please do not take it lightly. Go to the doctor. And make sure, insist, if they send you home, insist. If you have a miscarriage and the doctor sends you home and tell you that you will bleed it out, do not tell them to do the DNC there in the hospital. Tell them you're not going anywhere. Because for me, I always wish that I asked them to do the DNC. I don't know if because I didn't have an insurance or because I didn't have my OB. Remember, guys, at that time, my insurance had not kicked in, and also I did not have a doctor. because they kept asking me, who is your doctor, who is your doctor, and now can you follow up with your doctor? And I didn't have a doctor, I didn't have an OB. They had to get like they had to get me like an OB there, to do even the DNC and stuff like that. But guys, another thing that shocked me is, out of all that bleeding and all that, when there's bleeding, there's clots. So they come with this huge clot, and they're like, oh, do you want to, they come with all this paperwork. The lady was like, oh, the nurse was like, oh, we're gonna treat this as a fetus. Do you want to bury it, or do you want to cremate it, or do you want to take it? Oh my goodness. I was like, what the hell is wrong with this lady? I said, I don't want nothing to do with it. And they were like, oh no, we have to sign the papers that we need to dispose it, or we need to do, like the hospital can bury it for you. You can sign these papers. And I signed the papers, the hospital to bury it for me. I don't know what it was, but they were like, they're gonna treat that clot like the fetus. And they were like, oh, we're so sorry. And just to let you know that this will be buried at this and this place. They even gave me the location where it will be is it buried or disposed? Yeah, I think they bury them with the rest of the dirty stuff from there, all I don't know. Yeah, guys. Anyway, it was so sad, and I had to share my pain with you guys to let you know that miscarriage happens. And it does not happen because you posted online. It happened to me, and I had not shared with anyone. I had only shared with my partner. I had not shared with the world. Like, can you imagine, guys? If today I get pregnant, I'll come here and tell you guys I'm pregnant. Oh, yes. You walk with me the journey, and for me, I will not hide you anything. I will tell you, by the way, guys, I am pregnant. Yeah, the thing is, when you pass the first trimester, the doctor kind of assures you that everything is fine, and that is why most women start sharing they're pregnant after the first trimester. And so guys, that is my miscarriage story, and I pray it will never happen again. And thank God I have a rainbow baby. So this gives you hope that after miscarriage, you can still have a rainbow baby. So Kamamu is a rainbow baby. She's a blessing, and I thank God, because when I had Nyla, she helped me to heal big time. She helped me to heal the pain, because let me tell you, it's not easy. When you miscarriage, you cry. And if you're watching this and you have miscarriage, cry all you can. Talk all you can, share all you can, because it's a pain that you always feel like you want another. For me, how I felt it, I really wanted a baby to heal that pain, to heal from that shame. I felt like it's a shame. I feel like, I don't know what to tell you guys, but it is really, really unfortunate. It happens. The doctors cannot control it. The doctors cannot help it. The only person that helps you through your pregnancy is God. God is the one who places that baby there, and God is the one who carries that pregnancy through for you until you deliver. Pregnancy and delivery, they all belong to the Lord. They are all in the hands of God. So, guys, that's my story. And yeah, it happened to me. Miscarriage is real, and miscarriage is very painful, and miscarriage should not happen, but it happens. And when it happens, it leaves a wound in there. And let me tell you, I have given you my bad experience, and it's in the US. Yes, not even in Kenya. I honestly felt like I was neglected. I felt like I was not treated right. I felt so bad. And if I had the energy, I would have like gone after the hospital or something. But I was like, you know what? I know how it goes. It's hard to win those cases, but I honestly felt neglected. the fact that you go to the hospital for help and you're kept there for hours and hours and hours, and that is what happened to me. I was kept there for hours. I'm still bleeding at the reception area. These people are coming in and they are looking at me like I'm all crazy walking around. And I remember it's just painful, and it happened, and it's here in the US, guys. It's not Kenyatta Hospital, it's here in the US. So even here in the US, you find some negligence cases. It is not, yes, it happens in the hospitals. Some cases, I have heard some cases like that. Some are like over, I don't know whether sometimes they are understaffed, or sometimes they have so many, the workload is crazy, but sometimes you can go to the emergency rooms and you are there for like, I remember one time I went to the emergency room. This is a different time. And I went to the emergency room and I was kept for over 6 hours. I was like, what? Yes, sometimes they can keep you like crazy. But anyway, I thank God. I thank God for my rainbow baby. Nyla is my rainbow baby. I thank God for the rainbow baby. And it is well. It is well for you that you are lost your pregnancy. Hugs to you, and it is well. And I pray that the Lord will comfort you and the Lord will give you strength, and it is well in the Lord. And may God give you a rainbow baby. You are a rainbow baby. And God gave me my rainbow baby. May God give you a rainbow baby as well. And please, guys, when you see these things, always pray with someone, encourage them, and pray for them. And do not start throwing stones and telling them it's because you posted, it's because you did this. Please, it's about time for people to be educated. It's about time for people to stop being ignorant. It's about time to for people to start being mindful of other people's feelings. It's about time for people to start having some sort of humanity. When somebody is crying and mourning, that's not a time for you to go and start becoming a judge or become a police, you know. Guys, I have really talked. I have shared my out. I have nimejitoa nguo. I have, because for me, I am never ashamed when I'm sharing things like this. Because one thing is, somebody might watch this and you're like, Betty, why are you sharing this on YouTube? Yes, I'm a woman. There are so many women. When I check on my my YouTube, I see like majority of the people who watch me are women. So these things happens and they are there in the society. Even men should know. Men should know. The reason I shared I broke it down is because I wanted men to know what happens during miscarriage. Miscarriage is not like you wake up and you lost your baby. No, it is something terrible. It is horrible. It is a bad experience. And you can die. I'm telling you, for me, oh my goodness, I was like dying. Honestly, I felt like, whoa, this is me now. I am gone. And I thank God. I thank God for everything. And so far, I am healed. I am strong and I'm okay. And this happened years ago. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for understanding, and hugs to all of you that have gone through what I've gone through or are going through what I went through. And